But welcome, welcome, welcome. I want to talk a little bit today. Hey, what's going on about content versus experience? This was a conversation I was having this morning with Charles, and it kind of piggybacks off of our live Q&A session. We just finished probably about an hour ago our Monday Q&A session. For you guys that are new, I'm a professional trader. I'm also a trading coach. I don't actively trade Mondays. I let the weekend develop. I want to really get a full London session and a full New York session in before I start making any real decisions in the market. So I'll look for some swing trading opportunities at some point, maybe do a syndicate video later. But typically Mondays end up being my off day from the market. So what we do is we do a private Q&A session with our transformation clients, those in our trading course. And today was a very interesting one, and it came off of a few different subjects. It was subjects that we kind of looked at during last week's trading, but also because of the big pound crash as well. And all the feedback that I got so far, it was that it was a very, very, very powerful session. And here's the thing: we didn't really teach anything new as far as content goes. It wasn't any type of new strategy. It wasn't any type of change in a strategy. It was simply experience. And personally speaking, I've always been told that and I'm a stubborn person just to begin with, but I've always been told that the best way to do something, right? The best way to do something as an entrepreneur is to find someone that has already done it and essentially copy them and use them. And it took me a while to figure this out. I used to be the type that's, I had a lot of pride. I used to say, hey, I can do it myself. And I spent a lot of years struggling trying to achieve that. And it's especially when it comes to trading, we always say it's certainly possible. You can learn to trade on your own. There's enough content out there on the internet. There's enough content out there in the world in general for you to learn by yourself. It's not far-fetched to think you can do that. The big difference is time. How many steps backwards is it going to take doing trial and error before you learn the right way to do it? I had me, the wife, and we had about 10 friends yesterday go to a wine tasting tour, or wine tasting and facility tour. We did a private auction for cancer over the summer, and this was one of the things that we bid on, and we donated it, and we finally cashed in on that yesterday. And I was talking to the wine guy about just, I know nothing about making wine. He was telling me how he makes it and how it's really an art and a science, really like trading. And I asked him, I said, well, how did you get involved? Did you just know from the beginning, or did you? And he's like, you know what? For the first 3 years, I tried to do everything myself, and I failed. I lost this much money trying this much money doing that. And then eventually he reached out, he got a mentor, and he really just latched onto that mentor. Mentor taught him the ropes, told him about some of the mistakes that he made, so he didn't have to make those certain mistakes. And after a while, he got good enough to do it on his own. And I told him, like, trading is the same way. We get a lot of clients like that. I struggled for a long time personally with my trading, right? I struggled a lot of time personally with my trading. Then I found a mentor, and what the mentor did was, yes, there's a few tricks and stuff like that I didn't know, but essentially what he did was he was able to reach his hand out and guide me down the right path. He was able to say, okay, when you get to this part of your trading, here's a mistake that you may make. Here's how to avoid it. And of course, you still make those mistakes, but hopefully you don't make them as much. And hopefully at least you're aware of them so you can fix them pretty quickly. And that's what this morning's Q&A was about. We're talking about different trading situations. We have a system we teach, or strategy we teach, called the CTS, Combined Technical Score, where it's a point-based system where you go through your checklist, you draw it out on the charts, and when you reach a certain amount of points, you take the trade. And it's a good system. It's a very good way to stay disciplined. But kind of the topic we talked about is, well, not you do want to stay consistent with your CTS, but you in your trading strategy, but you also want to be aware of the situation and how some situation could be tricks or traps, right? Where the market traps you into a trading opportunity looking good, you get involved and you get skunked out, and you're sitting there wondering, well, how come it went like that? So we talked a little bit about avoiding traps and just in general how to put yourself in better trading opportunities, and maybe less trading opportunities, but better trading opportunities where you're really, really sure you have the best opportunity at exploiting your edge in the market. So a lot of cool stuff. I actually, I went down to Philly this weekend as well and got a chance to listen to. I've been rereading or re-listening to the new Market Wizards and got to the chapter about the professional blackjack and poker player, and they did a great comparison between counting cards and a blackjack or a poker strategy versus a trading strategy and stuff like that. It's always amazing how it really is about the numbers. It really is about that edge, and just like in the blackjack strategy. He said the biggest thing, the author asked this, he said, well, if counting cards is not saying it's easy, but it's a known strategy, it's doable, everyone knows how to do it, how come more people aren't benefiting off of card counting? And he said one thing, he said, well, they're not disciplined. He said, in order to have my card counting strategy really play off, I may have to sit there for 50 hands in a row. Right, I got to sit there and do the same trade 50 hands in a row, taking loss, 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 in order to eventually exploit my edge. Trading is the same way for your trading strategy. You have to be consistent in what you're trading if you want to exploit your edge. And what most traders do is, right, instead of sitting through those 50 trades, they sit through 10, right? The first 10 don't go their way, so what do? They quit, they go to the next system. The next system, maybe that starts off on a 10 trade losing streak, and they quit and they go to the next system. And they go to that next system before ever giving themselves the chance to reap the benefits of consistently trading their original system. And it's like you're always catching the losing streak. I know a few of you guys have done that before. So it's just real interesting stuff, man. This is this is what I do when I'm not trading. I do other trading related stuff, and I just love reading and rereading stuff like that. It's amazing, man. This is you guys that are newer have no idea how amazing this industry is. It gives you the ability to really do whatever you want with life, which is great. And once you kind of get in that zone, once you really understand the ins and outs, I kind of reference it to being like Neo in the Matrix, where everything slows down and you understand the good, you understand the bad, you understand exactly how you need to operate to get it, how you have to deal with the bad in order to achieve the good, how once you achieve the good, you need to prepare for the bad, and if you want to see the good again. Once you fully understand that in your mind, it's like you're running on autopilot. It gets real boring. It doesn't become fun anymore. It's like you're running on autopilot, but it's amazing. Once the heart stops beating real fast and you stop getting emotional over each and every trade. So I don't know where I'm going with this. I got some errands to run. Got to get some food and buy some sneaks so I can get back to running. But I wanted to give you a quick scope, just because the topic was on my mind. Again, me and Charles were talking about this a few minutes ago, and why not share it with the world? So hope you guys enjoyed. As always, like this, share it. I'm trying to reach, I think I'm close to 5,000 subscribers on Twitter. So if you have a trading friend, just tell them, hey, go follow this guy. He's cool. And while you're there, follow Charles and follow Jason Greystone as well. Just do it. And if you haven't seen it already, check out the most recent Forex market preview that we put up this Sunday. It talks about the 3 levels of traders, the less than 10% that are consistently profitable, the boomer busters in the middle, those are the ones that know what to do but don't have that helping hand to pull them up. And then you got the ones at the bottom that are just consistently losers. So figure out what section you're at and then take the action required, take the necessary action to move yourself up that pyramid. All right, if you want to see success. I'm assuming you're watching this because you do. If you want to see success, it may take really fighting that pride, saying, hey, I may not be able to do this by myself. I may need to find help, and that help doesn't have to be with us. Obviously, we'd love to do so, but it can be just somewhere. Find that mentor and have them coach you up. So until next time, plan your trade your plan. I look forward to seeing all of you tomorrow in the live room, since you're going to take advantage of that free 1-week trial offer, or in the syndicate because you've already taken advantage of that $1 for 30-day offer, right? If you haven't, you should feel shame. And I'll see you guys tomorrow. Until then, plan your trade your plan. Take care.